All right, so we are live. Let's hope that I have less issues with OBS today than I did the last time we were trying to stream. So today we start year 5 in the National Wrestling Commission universe that I got going on in Legends of Wrestling. We've also got some giveaways. I will talk about those a little bit more. You can see there's a pile of 3 cards here that I am going to be giving away. Pay-per-view Sunday, huh? I guess. But yeah, so there's some giveaways. We've got 5 matches. We're going to go over the Year 4 year-end awards according to Ring Sports News, which is the little thing that I made up that does the rankings and year-end awards in my universe. They're supposed to be like a wrestling and boxing sort of magazine. And yeah, we're going to give it a few more minutes for people to trickle in, and then we will start off on our first match and get going here. I'd like to say hi to Michael Brada and J Irish 780, and now Thomas Morgan is here as well. So, a couple of people in the chat, which is better than normal for a lot of my streams, which are usually pretty dead. But I figure I'm going to roll these cards anyway, so I might as well stream them. Why not, right? So, but yeah. So, let me know how everything sounds, if it's too loud, too quiet, all of that stuff. Still, it's a new mic. I got it about a week ago for my birthday, and it's just kind of getting used to it. I've been adjusting settings, trying to get it all nice and good. And so, yeah, give me some feedback on that if you can. And I am going to go ahead and bring up Obsidian, and we will talk about the Year 4 year-end awards. So here we go. Obsidian should be open. Michael Brada says he loves buying the old PWI year-end issue and waiting till New Year's Day to read it. Yeah, I always got them and then read them immediately because they were, like a month or 2 ahead. So, but I digress. I don't know whether you can read the stuff that's going on in the year-end awards, so if you can't, I'm just going to read them anyway. For Year 4, our Wrestler of the Year was William Muldoon, who has been holding the Junior Heavyweight title. Let's go into view mode there. He has been the NBBW World's Junior Heavyweight Champion since, I believe, the first year. Yeah, he won it on card 1.12. So he has been the champion for just over 3 years now. Hasn't won it or hasn't lost. Just been a beast on the defenses. He's up to Lewis. Strangler Ed Lewis won the first 3 years in a row. And this year it went to William Muldoon. Our match of the year for Year 4 was actually a streamed match from card 4.9. If you didn't catch it, it should be on the, if you go back and look at my uploads or past streams or whatever they call it on YouTube, it should be there. But it was William Muldoon versus Gorgeous George, where Muldoon basically manhandled George, but George just stuck with it for so long, and it ended up being a 5-star affair. Gorgeous George, I believe, had 9 or 10 fatigue tokens by the end of the match. It was crazy. The most hated wrestlers for, I believe, the 2nd year in a row is the Dusick Riot Squad. They just cheat and cheat and cheat and keep getting defeated via disqualification. And definitely get the goat of the fans by just doing whatever it takes to beat up their opponents. And our event of the year for year 4 was card 4.1, which didn't have any 5-star matches, but did see 2 4-star matches, a 3-star match, and had no duds. So you can't go wrong there. It did include another title defense by William Muldoon. Yeah, that's what Deuce-Six do. That is what Deuce-Six do. My Deuce-Six cards are my own creation. I think I posted them on the forum, the official forums for Irslinger Games. I know that Sam Looptack has some other Deuce-Six coming out that will be cool. I would imagine that they don't use my mechanics, but if he did borrow my mechanics, that's cool too. I like my Deuce-Six cards. They're pretty strong in tag team action, but they get disqualified a lot. So, what can you do? But yeah, this one included a junior heavyweight title defense by William Muldoon as he defeated Ad Santel. The 4-star matches were Frank Gotch and Bert Asserati, and Joe Stecker versus Alexander Aberg, and that was to see who was going to be who was going to face the Great Gama, who was the world champion at the time. So that was a good card. And that pretty much clears it up for the year-end awards, and we've got some people here. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with rolling some matches here. We'll put up the giveaways here, and we'll get out our first match, which is going to see the debut of Freddie Blassie, and he will be taking on perennial enhancement talent, Henry Irslinger. And Irslinger is a 7-4. So we'll go ahead and get that set up. And he will be in the blue corner. Freddie Blassie is a 4-1. And he will be in the red corner. Let's roll for some initiative here, as my cat goes nuts on the catnip sock. So if you hear weird clashing and clanging and crap like that, it is my cat running around chasing the catnip sock. And they have tied on the initiative roll. That means that they're going to go up 1 offensive level. So they're rolling for level 2 offense to start the match. And it looks like Irslinger is going to take it. And Irslinger starts us out with a scissors hold. And this is a level 3 maneuver. And that's going to hurt Freddie Blassie. And now, Irslinger with a standing headlock. And this is a power maneuver. And Blassie has the power advantage here. Oh, still showing it. Yes, I am. Thank you, Thomas Morgan. There we go. So we should have the correct thing on screen now. And Blassie is taking over on level 2 offense here. And Blassie with a head slam into the buckle. And that's going to hurt Henry Irslinger. And now, Fred Blassie with multiple knee drops on Henry Irslinger. And Irslinger, once again, he is hurt. Can't quite keep him down with those big knees. And Blassie going to back Irslinger into the turnbuckle, where Irslinger has a B rating. And Irslinger with a B9 into the turnbuckle. Your opponent backs out of the corner and you rush towards them. They use your momentum to deliver an overhead suplex and throw you across the ring. Opponent rolls on level 3 offense. So Freddie Blassie with that a big overhead suplex on Henry Irslinger. And Blassie now on level 3. And Blassie applies the stomach claw to Henry Irslinger. And Irslinger able to grab the ropes. And now Blassie going to back Irslinger into the ropes. You want to grab him, he'll push you towards him. And this is an A10. You and the opponent break clean. As the opponent backs up, you step towards the opponent, and he grabs you in a quick fireman's carry. Opponent rolls on level 2 offense. So Blassie continues his assault on Henry Irslinger, rolling on level 2 as he slams Irslinger's head into the turnbuckle again. And this is going to hurt Henry Irslinger. And now Blassie fires off some wild punches on Henry Irslinger. And Irslinger is down. Freddie Blassie just absolutely crushing Irslinger here so far. And Blassie once again locks on the stomach claw. And this time there are no ropes in sight, and Irslinger may have to give up. He needs a 5 or better to kick out or escape the hold. And he gets it and earns himself a point of fatigue. Blassie continues the attack with that Southern Neckbreaker. This is a level 3 finisher. So now Irslinger is going to need to roll 9 or better to kick out. And with a roll of 3, he is unsuccessful. And your winner is Freddie Blassie. I'm going to go ahead and record the results of that in Obsidian. And then we will do the first drawing for the giveaway cards. So let's see. Blassie defeated Irslinger via Southern Neck Breaker. And fatigue info. And the Irslinger is going to get one more because he suffered the pin. Blassie has none. And Irslinger has 2. And that is going to be we'll give it a 1-star match. It should technically be a half-star match. But because it was Blassie's debut, we'll go ahead and beef up the rating a little bit. So a 1-star affair from Freddie Blassie and Henry Irslinger. So now we're going to do a giveaway. What I'm going to do is, if you are interested in being involved in the giveaway, just go ahead and put your name, or just state it in the chat. The winner will get to choose which card they want. And then we'll do another one after the second match, and the final one after the third match. The second one will get to choose between whatever 2 cards are left. The third drawing will get whatever card is still remaining. So I am, just for the sake of transparency, I am going to go ahead and bring up random.org. I'm going to put your names in there as they come up. So let's do this. Full screen cap. And turn off the phone. So now random.org should be showing. And I am going to go ahead and, as Thomas Morgan, James Irish, Michael Brada, helps if I spell that right, and hopefully it reconnects soon. There it is. So that seems to be everybody that's here right now. So I'm going to go ahead and hit randomize, and the person that is on the top of the list will get to choose their card. And Michael Brada has won the first randomization. You can just go ahead and post in the chat which card you want. We've got Ricky Dozan. I found a nice drawing of Ricky Dozan from a Japanese magazine cover. Went ahead and turned it into a color card. You want the Bill Watts. All right, so the Bill Watts is claimed. Going to put Bill Watts up here. I have some other stuff to send out. I made a full set of arena cards that I'm sending to a friend this week. So I've already got to hit the post office. So I'll try to get those out this week. If you win one of these, if you PM me either on Facebook through the the Irslinger Games promoters group, or on the official boards. I'm Carlzilla on there. If you DM me your address and which card you wanted to choose so I don't forget, that would be awesome. And I will, like I said, I'll try to get these out this coming week. So, all right, so we got another match and then another drawing. Our second match is some women's action. We've got Clara Mortenson in the blue corner, and she is going to be taking on Mae Young in the red corner. Let me get this off the screen now. We're going to put the phone back on. There we go. So, Mae Young in the red corner here, Clara Mortenson in the blue corner. Let's go ahead and get their pin rating set up. She is not facing a man, so she is a 5'2", and Mae Young is a 6'3". And here we go. We're going to roll for some initiative. And they tie. So once again, they're going up to level 2 offense as they stare each other down. And Mae Young locks up and takes control. And Mae Young going to back Clara Mortenson into the ropes. And Mortenson has a B ropes rating. So this is a B8. You and the opponent break clean. As the opponent backs up, you step towards them, and she grabs you with a quick fireman's carry. Opponent rolls on level 2 offense. So Mae Young grabbing Clara Mortenson with a fireman's carry. And now, Mae Young going to back Mortenson into the turnbuckle after that fireman's carry. And she has an A turnbuckle rating and rolls a 5. So A5 here. As you and your opponent are tied up, you back into the corner. The referee orders a clean break, but Mae Young takes a wild swing at your head. Luckily, you duck the shot and drive into Mae Young with a powerful double leg takedown. Roll on level 2 offense. So Mortenson with a double leg, taking down Mae Young. And Clara Mortenson with an atomic drop, and this is a choice F. So it is going to be Mae Young is worse on the power, so let's check that out. So it will be 5 or less, and the atomic drop will be a level 3 move. And she does not get it, so Mae Young takes over. And Mae Young with a 4 here on level 2. That's into the turnbuckle. So she's going to back Mortenson back into the turnbuckle. This didn't work out spectacularly for her last time. However, an A10 is quite a bit better for Mae Young. Your opponent backs out of the corner and you rush towards them. They use your momentum to deliver an overhead suplex and throw you across the ring. Opponent rolls on level 3 offense. So Mae Young with that overhead suplex, and now she is rolling on level 3. And Mae Young with the big elbow drop, and that is her finisher. So she's rolling, she's at a +1. So now Clara Mortenson needs 4 or better to kick out. And she just barely gets it as Mortenson kicks out. And Mae Young continues the attack. And Mae Young with a body press. This is a choice G maneuver. And Mortenson definitely does not have the power. So whatever the power move is, we're going to go for that. Yeah, we're not going to back her into the turnbuckle. So the power works perfectly. So this is going to work on 8 or better. And the body press is going to be a level 3 maneuver. So 8 or better. Or 8 or less, technically. And there we go. It works. So Mae Young nails her with a body press. And Mortenson is hurt. And now Mae Young, I botched that, locks her in a Boston Crab. And this is going to leave Mortenson down as Mae Young wrenches that Boston Crab. And Mae Young, once again, with that body press after they break the crab. And this is 8 or less. And she gets it. Hey, cat. Sorry, yelling at my cat as he does cat things. No. So, Mortenson gonna roll once again on level 3. And she is hurt as Mae Young continues the attack. And now Mae Young going to back Clara Mortenson into the ropes. And Mortenson. So Mae Young once again with a fireman's carry. And she is rolling on level 2 offense here. And an open hand chop by Mae Young on Clara Mortenson. And Mortenson able to counter that chop. Able to block it and take control of the fight on level 1. So Mortenson with a fireman's carry takeover, and this is a power move, and Mae Young has the power advantage. So Mae Young going to put a stop to Mortenson's attack there pretty quickly. And now she's going to back Mortenson into the ropes again. And Mortenson with a B8, and I believe that is a fireman's carry. So that fireman's carry is working magic for Mae Young here. And Mae Young with a crossover knee lock. And this is going to hurt Clara Mortenson as she's able to get to the ropes. And she's limping as she gets back to her feet. And Mae Young takes her right back down and reapplies that crossover knee lock. And this one really has Mortenson hurt here. She's down. Young is wrenching. Let's see how it plays out. And Mae Young drops the elbow before Clara Mortenson can get up. And this is a +1 finisher. So Mortenson needs to roll 5 or better to kick out. And she does. As Mae Young continues the attack. And Mae Young going to throw Mortenson out of the ring. And Mortenson has a C ring rating. A C4. Let's see how this goes. C4. Your opponent opens the ropes, but as you step through them, you take down the opponent with a leg whip. The official is frustrated by your lack of sportsmanship. Roll disqualification. If there's no DQ, you continue the attack. Roll on level 3 offense. So Mortenson has a level 4 or a 4 for DQ, so let's see how she does there. She is not disqualified. So Mortenson now on level 3 offense after that leg whip on Mae Young. And now she is going to throw Mae Young out of the ring. And Mae Young has an A ring rating, so this may have been a... I should have looked at that before I declared what I was doing. An A11, so at least she rolled decently. You collide violently with your opponent, sending them falling out of the ring, where you strike your head on the floor. Roll count out. If you are not counted out, you manage to crawl back into the ring. Opponent rolls on level 3 offense. So Mae Young is rolling her count out. She needs 4 or better. And Pops Reviews is here. Hello. And apparently lots of you have cats. So that's cool. I like cats. We have a cat and a dog over here. The dog is pretty mellow, though. The cat, on the other hand, can be a real pain in the ass. So Mae Young getting back into the ring. And Mortenson now rolling on level 3 offense. And Mortenson with a body splash. This is a choice G maneuver. Choice situations here. G is going to be the turnbuckle, which she's probably not going to do. Or a power rating, which is -1 for Mae Young, so I guess we're going to go with that. So this is going to be 6 or better, and it will be a level 3 body smash. Or body splash. And she gets it, so Mae Young rolling on level 3. And Mae Young is down. Clara Mortenson nailed her with that body splash. And Mortenson locks in the reverse hammer lock. And this is going to leave Mae Young down again. And Mae Young is going to powder. Mae Young rolls an A12. That is not good for her, I don't think. You and your opponent throw the rulebook out and start wildly exchanging fisticuffs. Both wrestlers roll disqualification. If there is no disqualification, the wrestler with the better ring rating takes over on level 3 offense. So, they're going to roll DQ. If they are not disqualified, Mae Young is going to take over here. And Mae Young beats her DQ rating of 4. And Clara Mortenson beats her DQ rating of 4. And Mae Young gets the better of the brawl. And Mae Young with a scoop body slam on Clara Mortenson. And it pounds her into the mat. And Mortenson is slow to get back to her feet. And now Mae Young with that crossover knee lock. And this is going to put Mortenson down as Young wrenches on that knee. And now Mae Young with the body press. This is a choice G maneuver. So she needs 8 or better. And she gets it. So now Clara Mortenson rolling on level 3. And Mortenson rolling her pin. After that body press, she needs a 5 or better to kick out. And she gets it. So Mortenson showing a lot of intestinal fortitude, but not a lot of offense. And Mae Young with a schoolgirl roll-up on Clara Mortenson. And Mortenson once again rolling her pin. She needs 6 or better to kick out, and she gets it. Emphatic kick out by Clara Mortenson. And Mae Young continues the attack, throwing Mortenson out of the ring. And a C8. You fall out of the ring and land awkwardly, twisting your ankle on the floor. You crawl back into the ring, add 1 to your pin rating, and the opponent rolls on level 3 offense. So Mae Young really commanding this match. And now Mae Young locks her in a chokehold sleeper. This is an add 1 disqualification, so we're going to add 1. Roll Mae Young's disqualification of 4. She is not disqualified, just barely. And now, Mortenson rolling on level 3. And Mortenson once again rolling her pin. She's going to need 9 or better to kick out. And she does not get it. So your winner, finally, is Mae Young. As she defeats Clara Mortenson with a chokehold sleeper. So let's go ahead and enter this into Obsidian before I forget. So Young defeated Mortenson via chokehold sleeper. Fatigue info. And it looks like Mae Young had 1. And Mortenson, who started with 4, has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2.5 star bout. Not too bad for these ladies. And we are going to do another giveaway here. I personally don't have any problem with Michael Bratta re-entering. It saves me on postage if he wins again. So if you are interested, let's do a quick poll. Do you think that the winner of the last one should be eligible? Yes or no, and then we'll go ahead and I'll take the entries. So let me turn that off, and we'll go here with the random.org, and not again, go back. No, I don't need to, just, there we go. Okay, so Michael Bratta agreed to sit out, so it doesn't even matter. So if you're interested in this, just go ahead and throw your name in. If Pops is still there, I'm only doing U.S. people this time. The shipping wasn't terrible when I sent you the card, but it was a little more than if I was sending it domestically. So it looks like it's just going to be Thomas Morgan and James Irish on this one. So we will go ahead and put them on the thing. And we will randomize it. And Thomas Morgan has won the second drawing. So you get to pick your card here. We've got the Ricky Dozan or the El Santo. So just go ahead and let me know which one you want. And then, like I said, just either through Facebook or through the official message boards, you could send me a private message with your address and the card that you want. That way we can, I don't forget, because I can be a space cadet. So the final drawing will be for this Ricky Dozan card. And it will be after the next match. So let's get to it here. I'm going to turn the camera back on. There we go. And our next match actually involves El Santo. A different El Santo. Same stats, different art. And he will be facing off against Gory Guerrero. So let's go ahead and set this guy up. Gory is a 5-2. El Santo is a 4-1. And we are rolling for initiative. And Gory Guerrero in the blue corner takes it. And now Gory Guerrero with a hip toss on El Santo. And that leaves El Santo dazed as he's able to pop back to his feet fairly quickly. And El Santo, that actually does work. They have equal agility, so that drop kick thrown by Gory Guerrero is going to connect on El Santo. But El Santo is able to swat it to the side and take control of the fight. The Gory Guerrero art is it was part of PDF Prime. It's one of the bonus cards. He sent out, I think it was Gory, Hector, Mondo, and Chavo. So there are 4 Guerreros in the... So that's a B8 for Gory Guerrero. Your opponent backs out of the corner, and you rush towards them. They use your momentum to deliver an overhead suplex and throw you across the ring. Opponent rolls on level 3 offense. So El Santo throwing Gory Guerrero with that suplex. And he takes control of the fight on level 3 here. And out of the ring. He's not going to throw Gory Guerrero out of the ring. He's going to roll up. And this is a slingshot senton on Gory Guerrero. El Santo. This one barely grazes him, and Gory Guerrero is dazed. And El Santo follows that up with a forearm to the chest. But Gory Guerrero able to block it and take control of the fight on level 2. Gory Guerrero locks him in an octopus hold, and El Santo is in trouble here as he is hurt. Or no, not hurt. Yeah, hurt. I was reading the wrong one, but they're both the same. If at least once, if the wrong level isn't read and then I have to correct myself, it is not one of my streams. And Gory Guerrero with a missile dropkick on El Santo. And this has got El Santo down. And Gory Guerrero. He's not going to throw El Santo out of the ring either. Both of these guys are playing it cool and playing it sportsmanlike, so he's going to roll up. And Gory Guerrero locks him in the Gory lock. And this is going to leave El Santo down as Gory Guerrero wrenches that Gory lock. And Gory Guerrero with a camel clutch, but in Spanish. And that's a 3 add 1. So he's going to add 1, and that's going to leave El Santo down. And now Gory Guerrero with a German suplex. And El Santo going to flip over, land on his feet from that German suplex. A crazy display of athleticism by El Santo as he takes control of the fight. And now El Santo with a battering ram, and this is a power maneuver. And Gory Guerrero is nailed with that slingshot senton again, and that puts Guerrero down. And he is hurt. Oop, wrong side. And now a running body attack by El Santo, and this is a choice C maneuver. So Guerrero has his power is the lower of the two. So this is going to work on 7 or less, and it will be a level 2 maneuver. You could probably hear Teenzilla in the background being loud on his microphone upstairs. And 7 or less, and he gets it. So that running body attack is going to work. And Gory Guerrero rolling on level 2. And he is down. That running body attack caught all of Gory Guerrero. And now El Santo with a Tope de Cristo. And that's an add 1 maneuver. And that's going to leave Gory Guerrero down. And El Santo with a second Tope de Cristo. And that is going to trigger a pin, as Gory Guerrero now needs 5 or less to kick out. Or 5 or better to kick out. 5 or less. My brain is other places. But he was successful in kicking out just barely, as El Santo forced to continue his attack. And now El Santo attempts a double armbar pin on Gory Guerrero. Guerrero gets a shoulder up and is just hurt. And El Santo with a flying mare. And this is going to hurt Gory Guerrero. And Guerrero, a flying head scissors by El Santo. This is a choice A maneuver. They both have A for ropes. And Guerrero is worse on the power, so we're going to go for the power maneuver. It's going to work on 8 or better, and this head scissor will be a level 2 maneuver. And leave it to me to drop the dice. And 8 or less, and he gets it. So now, Gory Guerrero rolling on level 2. And that is going to hurt Gory Guerrero. The flying head scissors by El Santo. And now El Santo gonna try it again with the flying head scissors. 8 or less. He gets it again. And Gory Guerrero rolling on level 2. And this time, Gory Guerrero able to roll through after the head scissors throw. And is able to take control of the match as he's up to his feet before Santo can even get up. And Gory Guerrero with a side body slam. This is a choice C. And that's going to be the power maneuver. And it's going to work on 7 or better. And be a level 2 maneuver. So the side body slam. 7 or better. He gets it. And Santo rolling on level 2. And he is hurt as Gory Guerrero continues his attack. And now Gory Guerrero once again, that side body slam. So 7 or better. And it's not going to work on El Santo this time, as Santo takes control of the fight. And Santo with that flying head scissors again. And it's going to work on 8 or better. And he gets it. And Gory Guerrero now rolling on level 2. And Gory Guerrero once again able to get to his feet. And Guerrero takes control on level 1 with a big knee lift. And this is going to work. So El Santo is hurt. And here we are seeing Gory Guerrero attempt a flying head scissors of his own on El Santo. And it works. El Santo is hurt. And Gory Guerrero once again applies the octopus hold on El Santo. And El Santo able to reach the ropes, break the hold, but he's obviously still in pain. And Gory Guerrero goes from the octopus hold to the Gory lock. And this has got El Santo in a world of pain here. But El Santo able to withstand it. And Gory lets go, and he is hurt. As Gory Guerrero attempts another flying head scissors on El Santo. And he catches him again. Gory Guerrero really starting to mount some offense here. Gory Guerrero with a missile dropkick. And that is going to put El Santo down for the pin. He needs a 3 or better. And he gets it. As El Santo able to kick out. And Gory Guerrero continues his attack. And Gory Guerrero locks him in the camel clutch. And El Santo just able to drape his foot over the bottom rope. Well, Guerrero had him in that camel clutch. And now Gory Guerrero waits for El Santo to get back to his feet, grabs him up and locks him in an octopus hold. And this is going to trigger another pin on El Santo. Santo needs 5 or better to escape this, and he gets it. El Santo really being taken to task by Gory Guerrero after coming out strong. He just couldn't keep up with it. As now it's all Guerrero, basically. And Gory Guerrero with a reverse body lock. And that's going to leave El Santo down. And Gory Guerrero once again goes back to that camel clutch. And that's going to hurt El Santo. But he is not going to be able to get the tap out. Or the submission. I hate calling it a tap out at this point in wrestling. There were no tap outs in the 1930s. So, no submission. And Gory Guerrero with that German suplex. And this time it is going to work on El Santo. And Santo maneuvers that he is known for. And Guerrero once again nails him with a backbreaker drop, trying to soften him up. And that is going to hurt El Santo. And Santo really needs to do something here to stop the punishment. And Gory Guerrero with a side body slam. This is a choice C. 7 or better. Or 7 or less, really. And this will be a level 2 maneuver. And it does not. This is also a choice C. And so 7 or better. And this will be a level 2 body attack. And that does actually work. So Gory Guerrero rolling on level 2. And Guerrero is hurt. And El Santo continues his attack here with a slingshot, going to connect. Except no, Gory Guerrero moves out of the way and takes control as El Santo goes careening into the mat with that failed battering ram. And Gory Guerrero once again with a backbreaker drop, and that hurts El Santo. And here Gory Guerrero is with a flying head scissors, hurting El Santo. Guerrero really coming at him again. And now Guerrero with a missile drop kick, and that's going to leave El Santo down. And Gory Guerrero with that reverse body lock. And El Santo not going to give up, but it isn't going to get him anywhere. And Gory Guerrero once again locks in that camel clutch. And once again El Santo able to drape his foot on the ropes to break the hold. But Gory Guerrero is going to continue the attack. And Guerrero nails him again with a German suplex, really trying to soften up the back and the neck. And El Santo is hurt by the German. And now Gory Guerrero flying head scissors, and that's going to leave El Santo hurt. El Santo uses the ropes to get back to his feet, and Gory Guerrero nails him with another flying head scissors. And El Santo thrown to the other side of the ring. He is hurt. And Gory Guerrero locks in that octopus hold. And El Santo too close to the ropes. Able to just barely grab it. Gory Guerrero forced to find another way to get El Santo to submit. Like this with the Gory lock. As Gory Guerrero locks El Santo in the... And once again, El Santo showing a lot of intestinal fortitude. And he kicks out of the octopus hold, but he is hurt. And here we've got a side body slam from Gory Guerrero. A choice C maneuver. So this is going to be 7 or better. And he gets it. And Santo rolling on level 2. And Santo is dazed by that side body slam. And now, Gory Guerrero throws a drop kick at El Santo. And this is going to barely graze El Santo, sending him back into the ropes as he is dazed. And Gory Guerrero with a hip toss. And this one is going to put El Santo into the center of the ring. And he is slow to get to his feet. And Gory Guerrero once again locks him in that Gory lock. And El Santo, center of the ring. Gory lock. He needs an 8 or better to keep himself from submitting. And he gets it. Wow. El Santo showing a lot of heart here as Gory Guerrero just pounds on him and he just keeps coming. And Gory Guerrero, as you back into the ropes, the opponent shoves you out of the ring. The referee is upset with such a flagrant rules violation. Opponent rolls DQ. If there is no DQ, you regain your balance and crawl back into the ring. Opponent rolls on level 3 offense. So Gory Guerrero rolling his disqualification of 5, and he is not disqualified. So Gory Guerrero is on the attack on level 3 offense. And Gory Guerrero once again locks in that camel clutch, and this is also a pin or submission attempt. El Santo needs a 10 or better to keep himself from submitting, and he does not get it. And finally, Gory Guerrero wins his NWC debut over El Santo in a fantastic match. Man, El Santo had 9 fatigue tokens because he started at a 4-1. Gory had 3. Let me go back to Obsidian and enter this information here. So, Guerrero defeated Santo in New Mexico. But my Spanish, I can understand some of it. I know some words, but I am not great on the Spanish. Fatigue info. And Santo had 9. We are Guerrero. R-R-E-R-O. He had, what did he have? He had 3. 5 nets a possible match of the year contender as Gory Guerrero wins his debut over El Santo. And that's going to bring up the final drawing. Everybody can go ahead and re-enter this. Otherwise, it's just James Irish against himself. So everybody can go ahead and throw their name back in if you're here. And we will go that way. So I am going to go bring this down. That's going to bring up random.org. We will go back. And I am going to go ahead and turn off the camera. So we've got Irish, Thomas Morgan. I'm going to enter him in. We're going to randomize this list. I'm used to fighting myself. I think we all are. Most of us play this solo, so. And you won anyway. So James Irish is the winner. He's going to receive the Ricky Dozan card. I am Carl Zilla. that would be awesome. Just give me your address and the card that you won, and I will get them out this coming week. So we've got 2 more matches. We've got the semi-main event, which is a rematch from card 4.12. If you were... No one was here for card 4.12. I streamed it like 2 days ago and got himself disqualified. So what we are going to do is have a rematch. Disqualifications and everything are still in effect. This isn't like a no DQ match. They've only had 1 fight, so we'll see what happens. But really what we want is a decisive victor here. So Thesz is refacing Frank Gotch to see who is the better man after both of them had a lackluster showing in their last encounter. Gotch is a 5-1. Thesz is a 4-1. Thesz is a 5-2. Thesz in the red corner, Gotch in the blue corner. We're rolling for initiative here. And Thesz takes it. So Thesz is going to start us off here with a side headlock. And that is going to hurt Frank Gotch. And Thesz going to continue to wrench on that side headlock. And... oh, nope. He hurt Frank Gotch. So this is actually going to be the double leg pickup and slam. And that's going to hurt Frank Gotch. Reading the wrong level. It is a frequent problem for me. And now, Thesz is going to back Gotch into the turnbuckle, where Gotch has an A rating. And A10 into the turnbuckle. Your opponent backs out of the corner and you rush towards them. They use your momentum to deliver an overhead suplex and throw you across the ring. Opponent rolls on level 3 offense. So Thesz throwing Gotch all over the place here and rolling on level 3 offense. Thesz grabs a double wrist lock, and that's going to hurt Frank Gotch. And Thesz lets go, realizing the double wrist lock isn't working, and punches Gotch right in the ribs. And Gotch says no as he just absorbs that shot to the ribs and goes on the attack. And now Gotch grabs Thesz up, sets him up, and nails him with that Iowa backdrop. And this is going to hurt Thesz unless Thesz counters with a backdrop of his own. He needs a roll of 10, 11, or 12 to nail Gotch with the Greco-Roman backdrop. And he does not get it. So Thesz is hurt. And Gotch, with a series of punches, and this is a choice C maneuver. And this Thesz is worse on the power, so let's see what we've got on the power. So it will be 5 or less for a level 2 move. And he does not get it. So now, Thesz taking control back. And Thesz, once again, nails him with that punch to the ribs. And right in the same spot. And this time, Gotch can't absorb it. And Thesz, once again, punches him a 3rd time right in the ribs in the same spot. And Gotch reeling back, and he is dazed. And now Thesz with a side headlock on Frank Gotch. And this is going to daze Gotch. And now Thesz. That is going to hurt Thesz. And Gotch follows that headbutt up with a series of punches. And this is a choice C maneuver. So we've got 5 or less. And he doesn't get it, as Thesz takes control. And Thesz, once again, punches him in the ribs. And Gotch is dazed. Thesz is apparently not a fan of Frank Gotch, as he just keeps wrecking those ribs. And now Thesz going to back him into the ropes, where Gotch has a B rating. And this is going to be a B4. Into the ropes, B4. You and the opponent are clinched near the ropes. You sidestep the opponent and use a quick, sneaky rabbit punch. Roll on level 2 offense. So Gotch with that rabbit punch on Thesz. And now Gotch grabs a crossface and bars the arm of Thesz. And that is going to hurt Thesz as Gotch continues the attack. And now another series of punches on Thesz. This has not worked for Frank Gotch so far. He needs 5 or less. And once again, it does not work as Thesz able to get out of the way of the punches and take control of the fight. And Thesz grabs up Frank Gotch with an airplane spin. And this is going to leave Frank Gotch down as Thesz on the attack now on level 3. And Thesz gonna throw Gotch back out of the ring. These two men do not like each other. And rules be damned. A B6 out of the ring. You tumble through the ropes to the floor. The opponent holds the ropes open for you to return in a show of good sportsmanship. Opponent rolls on level 2 offense. Since these guys are not fans of one another, we're just going to say that Thesz pitched him out of the ring and then just backed up. There was no holding of the ropes here. He just didn't interfere with Gotch getting back into the ring. And Thesz with a double leg pickup and slam on Frank Gotch. But Gotch counters that and is able to take over on level 2. And now Gotch himself with a headlock and trip. And that is not going to work as Thesz is able to counter that and take over on level 2. And now Thesz going to back Gotch into the turnbuckle. And Gotch with a 5A into the turnbuckle here. And Gotch going to take Thesz down with a double leg as they break in the turnbuckle. And he is on level 2. And now Gotch with a series of punches on Thesz. Gotch is apparently not a boxer as these have not worked so far. This is going to be 5 or less. And they're not going to work now. Thesz able to avoid Frank Gotch's punches with ease as Thesz takes control. And Thesz grabs a hammerlock. This is also a choice C. I think this is going to be... yeah, this is a 6 or less for Thesz. So 6 or less on Thesz. And he doesn't get it. So Frank Gotch taking over. And Frank Gotch going right back to that series of punches that has not been on his side all match, and things don't change now as Gotch misses all of the punches and Thesz takes over. Thesz grabbing Gotch up with an airplane spin one more time, and this is going to hurt Frank Gotch as Thesz slams him down after making him dizzy. And double leg pickup and slam. And that's going to hurt Frank Gotch. He just keeps getting slammed to the mat by Thesz. Thesz grabs that hammerlock one more time. And this is a choice C, so he needs 6 or less. And he does not get it. Frank Gotch able to break the hammerlock and go on the attack. And Gotch goes right back to the series of punches that has not been successful all match. Let's try something different this time. He is going to try... Alright, this is going to be 4 or less. So he's switching it up just to see if it works, and it does not. And Thesz avoids all of the punches for what seems like the millionth time and goes on the attack and backs Gotch into the turnbuckle. And an B7 into the turnbuckle here. And Thesz grabs Gotch's legs as they break and hits him with an outside single leg. And he is on the attack on level 2. And now Thesz grabs that hammerlock that hasn't been Thesz's friend all match either. He needs a 6 or less. And he finally gets it. And that's going to be a level 2 move here. And even though he got the hammerlock, Gotch was able to pull his arm out and smack him right across the head with it. And that's going to put Frank Gotch on the attack on level 2. And now Gotch is going to back Thesz into the buckle. And Thesz has a turnbuckle rating. And here we go. A6. And that is going to be a double leg takedown from Thesz on Frank Gotch. And now, Thesz with a double leg pickup and slam, and that's going to daze Frank Gotch. He is able to get back to his feet pretty easily, but he is a little bit woozy. As Thesz with a takedown to head scissors on Frank Gotch, and that's not going to work. Gotch is too quick and agile for that. And Gotch takes control. And Gotch is going to back Thesz into the turnbuckle one more time. And this is going to be an A8. The referee orders a clean break. The opponent backs off and you step out of the corner. The opponent steps to the side and grabs an outside single leg. Opponent rolls on level 2. So Gotch on level 2 here. And Gotch with a headbutt on Thesz. But Thesz able to get his hands up, block the headbutt, and he takes control on level 2. And Thesz with a whole bunch of drop kicks on Frank Gotch. And Gotch is hurt. These two really killing each other. It doesn't even seem like they're interested in finishing the match. They just want to pound and beat each other. And Thesz with a double leg pickup and slam. And that's going to daze Frank Gotch once again. And now, Thesz tries that takedown to head scissors, and it is not going to work. Gotch is too quick and agile. And Gotch with a headbutt, and that's going to catch Thesz finally. And Thesz is hurt. And Gotch once again going to back him into the turnbuckle. And this is a A6. And this time Thesz able to grab that double leg on Frank Gotch as they break in the turnbuckle. And Thesz on the attack. Now Thesz going to back Gotch into the buckle. And this is a 7. And that is a counter. So Frank Gotch able to turn the tables and push Thesz into the turnbuckle. And Thesz rolls an 8. So an A8. And that is the outside single leg takedown. And Frank Gotch on the attack again. And Gotch with a headlock and trip. And Thesz says no. Able to avoid being taken down. And puts Gotch off balance. And now Thesz with the attack. Once again, double leg pickup. Once again, dazed. And now, he tries for a rolling short arm scissors. And Frank Gotch, once again, too quick. And is able to get out of the way and avoid the move. And now a headlock and trip from Frank Gotch. And Thesz gonna stuff that using superior power. And now Thesz on the attack. These guys just need to finish it up here. Double leg pickup to slam. And Gotch gonna counter that. Good lord. These two men do not like each other. And Gotch countered that on level 1. And it's going to be the waistlock takeover. And that's not going to work. Or no, that will work, actually. So Thesz rolling on level 3. Thesz is down. Thesz is down. Frank Gotch. And Gotch grabs the Gotch toe hold. Frank Gotch on the attack. And Gotch with a half Nelson crotch hold slam on Thesz. And this is a pin. He slams him down and goes for the cover. He needs a 4 or better to kick out, and he gets it. As now Frank Gotch looks like he's trying to finish this one and win the match. And Gotch with a reverse Nelson. This is an add 1. And Thesz is hurt by the reverse Nelson. And now, Iowa backdrop from Frank Gotch. And Thesz once again rolls his pin. So after that backdrop, Frank Gotch going for the cover. He needs 6 or better. And he gets it just barely. Just barely able to get a shoulder off the mat as Frank Gotch continues his assault on Thesz. And now, once again, reverse Nelson. This is an add 1. And Thesz is hurt. And Frank Gotch once again with that Iowa backdrop. And this is... And now we've got into the turnbuckle. He's going to roll up. Too much turnbuckle this match. And he's got that waist lock takeover. This is an agility maneuver, so it will work. It's level 3. And Thesz once again hurt, but he's hurt on the instruction that allows him to try for the backdrop. And he does not get it, so he is just hurt. And now Frank Gotch nails him with another Iowa backdrop. And once again, Thesz rolling his pin as Gotch goes for the cover. 8 or better. And he does not get it. So finally, Frank Gotch is able to beat Thesz in a grueling fight. And let's go to Obsidian and enter the result so that it is archived. Gotch defeated Thesz via Iowa. And Gotch had none. No fatigue for Frank Gotch. And that's going to be a 3.5-star match, as those guys really tried to kill one another. Yeah, Thesz definitely took a beating at the end. I wasn't expecting that to actually play out quite as perfectly as it did, considering my storyline of them not liking each other after their last fight. But it worked out really well. Neither one of those guys wanted to give an inch, and they just took a beating. And our main event of the evening is the Wrestler of the Year for Year 4, William the Solid Man Muldoon, the NBBW Junior Heavyweight Champion. And he's in the blue corner, and he will be defending his title against Billy Sandow, a man that Ring Sports News ranked the #1 contender for the championship. So these two going at one another for the title in our main event. Let's roll for some initiative. And Sandow is going to take it. And Billy Sandow going to back Muldoon into the ropes to start us out here. Muldoon has a B ropes rating, but it is an 11, so B11. You and your opponent are locked in a clinch near the ropes. The opponent locks in an underhook and throws you hard to the mat. Opponent rolls on level 3 offense. So Sandow on level 3 here. And Billy Sandow with a running body block. And that is going to trigger a pin on William Muldoon as Sandow nails the body block and goes for the cover. Muldoon needs a 3 or better. And he gets it. And Muldoon does not add 1 the first time he would add a fatigue, so he's basically safe. And now, a back body drop from Billy Sandow onto William Muldoon. This is a choice C maneuver, or I mean G, a choice G maneuver. So he could either back him into the turnbuckle, where he's got an A rating, or he could try the back body drop, a level 3 maneuver, and it is going to work on 7 or less. So that's what we're going to do, 7 or less. And he gets it. Muldoon rolling on level 3. And Muldoon is hurt. And now Billy Sandow with a chicken wing on William Muldoon. And Muldoon is dazed. Not quite the effect that Sandow was hoping for, but it'll have to do as he backs Muldoon into the ropes once again. And a B7 into the ropes. And this is a clean break. So the referee orders the break. Both guys give it to him. And they're rolling for initiative on level 2. And this time it's Muldoon. And that is going to hurt Billy Sandow. And Muldoon, once again, going to roll up. He's not going to push Sandow into the ropes. And once again with that flying head mare. And this is going to put Sandow down. And now Muldoon with a side salto. But Billy Sandow is able to counter. And Sandow on level 1 with a reverse leg trip. This is an agility maneuver, and they are tied in the agility. So that is going to work for Billy Sandow. And that is going to be a dazed result on William Muldoon. And so Sandow once again tries that reverse leg trip. And once again dazes William Muldoon. Sandow going for it a third time. Reverse leg trip. And this time he gets it, and Muldoon is hurt. And Sandow with a top wristlock heel trip on William Muldoon. And Muldoon is able to counter that with ease. As William Muldoon takes control with a shoulder throw on Billy Sandow, who rolls through. Billy Sandow rolls through, pops back to his feet, attempts a top wristlock and heel trip on William Muldoon, and Muldoon able to avoid being taken down, but he is dazed by the attempt. And Muldoon, a hip lock takedown from Billy Sandow, and that is not going to do it, as William Muldoon able to avoid that maneuver altogether and takes control of the fight with a shoulder throw. And that shoulder throw is going to hurt Billy Sandow. And now Muldoon not going to back Sandow into the ropes. Going to roll up. And he's got a headlock and shake on Billy Sandow. And Sandow able to pop his head out during the shake and take control of the fight. And now Sandow is going to back Muldoon into the ropes. And Muldoon has a B ropes rating, and that is a B7. So that's another clean break for Sandow and Muldoon. And they're rolling for initiative. And it looks like Muldoon is going to take control off the lockup once again. And now Muldoon with a hammerlock and half Nelson. This is a 3 add 1, so he's going to add 1. And it's going to leave Billy Sandow down. So William Muldoon continuing his assault here. Oh, I'm going to re-roll that. And that, because it went off the screen. And that's a 4 add 1. So we're going to add 1. And this is going to hurt Billy Sandow. And Muldoon. Into the turnbuckle goes Billy Sandow as Muldoon backs him into the buckle. He's got a B rating. B12. Into the turnbuckle, B12. as you read defense. So Sandow on level 3 here. And Sandow is hurt as Muldoon. And Muldoon once again grabs that hammerlock and half Nelson. That's a 3 add 1, so we're going to add 1. And it's going to leave Sandow down. And Muldoon. Muldoon with his finisher, the body lift and throw. This is a level 0 finisher. So he needs a 6 or better to kick out after the body lift and throw. And Sandow does not get it. So with a body lift and throw, William Muldoon is able to retain his NBBW World Junior Heavyweight Championship. And let's go here and record the match. So Muldoon defeated Santo. He is. So he had 4. Yep. And that is a 1.5 star match. We're going to give it 2 stars because it was a title match. And let's denote that Muldoon retained his title. So William Muldoon retains the NBBW. It helps if I do the right kind of link here. World's Junior Heavyweight title. And there we go. That is it for us. We have kicked off year 5. Saw the debut of both Gory, Guerrero and Freddie, Blassie. Saw William Muldoon continue his going on 4-year reign as Junior Heavyweight Champion. And we saw a great 5-star match in Gory and El Santo. Those two really had a great one. El Santo was in line for a title shot, but the defeat to Gory Guerrero kind of pushes him down. Gory made his debut, but it was such a good debut that he may be in line for a title shot in the very near future. I will probably be back sometime during the week. I don't know exactly when. I'll try to give you all some notice. But, yeah, join me next time for more National Wrestling Commission action. It'll be coming up this week. Thank y'all and have a good Sunday.